Now.
Yeah, I feel the same.
Yeah. Eagles gonna win. We here with Master Wayne, everybody. Welcome to the live family. And he's gonna show you ways to make money.
That's right. Achieve financial freedom through
Yeah, 'cause
through
that's
the
the main
biggest e-commerce platform on the planet. And when you really just think about it, the two go hand in hand. You know, you want to partner yourself with the biggest brand in the world. You know, this right here is a household name. Everybody usually, matter of fact, if you know somebody who's never shopped on Amazon, and then you're probably gonna look at them kind of strange. But I remember when I started 10 years ago, you know, most people weren't even shopping on Amazon at the time. So, you know, now I've built a $1 million business on Amazon, and I've also have 70 clients, and I've been teaching them how to do the same. And this is what we're here for. All right, so I'm Master Wayne. I'm 49 years old. I'm a military veteran. I was born in Washington, D.C. I've lived half my life in Washington, D.C., the other half in Atlanta. And since 2015, I have been a multi-millionaire with Amazon, and it's allowed me to achieve financial freedom and travel the world full time and just live out my dreams. So I'm gonna dive right into it and let you know how my mentorship is different than anything you've ever seen before on the internet, and how it can help you succeed financially. So first thing first, this is not a course. You're not going to be directed to a website where to watch 400 videos and read 5 ebooks and hope that you learn the material that you need. This is a mentorship where we're going to do a Zoom presentation where I'll be able to see your screen, you'll be able to see my screen. I'm going to walk you through the process step by step. So, included in the cost of my mentorship, the first thing we do is repair your credit and then form you a limited liability corporation, otherwise known as an LLC. And the reason why we do this is once you get your Amazon business started, you can then go get funding to scale up your business, or you can also, you'll have an LLC, so you'll be able to get authorization to sell wholesale products from manufacturers like Disney, Marvel, Mattel, Lego, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, Reebok, you name it. You'll be able to work side by side with these major corporations and brands and sell their products. All right. So first and foremost, the main reason why you should listen to anything that I'm about to tell you is that this is giving me financial freedom. It's put money directly into my bank account. So I'm not an online marketer hiding behind my computer, giving you some fancy screenshots. I'm showing you that I'm liquid. I'm debt free, living out my best life. And I've spent the last 17 months living in the Dominican Republic. I've been to 15 countries. I've been on 3 continents, and I've been to 41 states. So this is top of the line financial freedom. So this is a snapshot of my Amazon account, $26,584. And this right here
Buenos
is a
dias.
video of me in Santo Domingo, where I lived for the first 6 months when I arrived in Dominican Republic. So that's my computer with the 3 monitors set up, my Cohiba, and my secondary cell phone and remote controls on the table. And you can see I'm holding up my cell phone and I'm on my computer. I just pressed the refresh button, and it's trying to convert me from English over to Spanish because I'm in the DR. And you can see now my balance is sitting at $32,784.52. So no screenshots, no magic, just me picking up my phone, recording my computer so you can see it in real time. And if that's not enough for you, then here are my actual bank statements. So as you can see right here, this is a deposit of $35,142.90. And this right here is a deposit of $32,253.90. So, you know, this is why I'm bona fide and, you know, sort of validated enough to teach this to you. And this is why I have 70 clients up to this point who trust me with all the information, you know, all the pertinent details. And, you know, this is what I do. I'm going to walk you through the process one-on-one on how to become an Amazon seller, negotiate all the pitfalls, and then work your way up the ladder to success. And not only do you see that I've made the money and my lifestyle matches, but I'm gonna show you just some, you know, some of the places I've traveled to and some of the things I do. So I always love to get, you know, nice accommodations and motorcycles, helicopter tours, skydiving in Atlanta. This right here is called parapente. They put you in a parachute, run you off the side of a mountain, and you're literally just sailing in the clouds for at least an hour and a half. And it's kind of cold at that altitude. And this is in Medellin, Colombia. And it's one of the most adventurous things I've ever done. And here I am just climbing at the top of Tres Cruces Mountain in Medellin, Colombia. I was a season ticket holder to all the sports franchises in the ATL. So the Braves, Atlanta United, the Falcons, and the Hawks. Here in the DR, bought my girlfriend a motorcycle and bought myself one too. And this is a picture of it being delivered. And you can see the big cheesy smile on her face. And I also put her in driver's ed and in her car. And this is a place I used to go. I used to jump on a plane every other month before the pandemic and fly to Dallas, Texas. And this is called Spa Castle, just 24-hour relaxation. And this is me celebrating Halloween in Medellin, Colombia one year. And this is whitewater rafting in Costa Rica, indoor skydiving. All right. And then, you know, traveling, you get to meet some of the best people in the world, whether or not you're traveling, going to beaches, taking cruises, going to little festivals. This is in Cartagena. It's called Tutumo Volcano, where they walk you down into the pit of a volcano, and then they cover you with the mud. And a penthouse in Cartagena, rock climbing, zip lining in Costa Rica. So, you know, one of the things that I read on the internet was that if people had enough money and they weren't tied down to jobs, unilaterally, what most people would do is just travel. And that's exactly correct for my own life personally. This is all I do is just travel and go on adventures, you know. So this is in Las Vegas. My niece got married in Las Vegas back in August of last year. So I flew out to Las Vegas. I rented this ZR1 Corvette and I went on a helicopter tour to the Grand Canyon. And man, it was just phenomenal. These are two of my whips right here, black and white Lincoln MKZs. They're both identical and they're just phenomenal vehicles. As you can see, they get 575 miles per gallon on one tank of gas. So they can take you, you get 40 miles per gallon and they can take you over 575 miles. And this right here is my third car. This is the BMW i8. And you, as you can see, you know, this is the second thing you're going to do. You're going to have toys, you know. Most people only have one car because they can't afford two. But if you could afford multiple cars, you would more than likely have multiple cars. If you could afford multiple houses, you would have multiple houses. So, you know, this is, you know, the step up in a living situation or your lifestyle so you can live the way life was intended and not be burdened down if the car you have right now breaks down or you get into an accident. I remember I was dating a young lady and her sister was married to a guy and, you know, they had 4 kids and they only had one car. And during a snowstorm one year, his car flipped over and now they didn't have a car and he worked almost 40 minutes away. So it just really put a damper on their marriage and on their finances. So, and you see that a lot, you know, most people live paycheck to paycheck. So this is where I am right now. This is my villa in Sosua, Dominican Republic. And this is my little setup. This is kind of like my makeshift office, plenty of sunlight, got little lights on the ceiling. And again, you can see the 3 monitors set up, and of course my Gatorade. All right. And this right here is just a nice little visual. I hired a production crew to come out to the villa and take some photos so you could just see it for yourself and see how, life is if you have the money and how you could live. So this is the villa. It's massive. It's probably like 3,500 square feet, a large pool, 3 bedrooms. Each bedroom has a king size bed, air conditioning, hot water, gas. It's a massage parlor. So you could, it's also in a gated community, 24-hour security, and they also have a backup generator. So often you lose power in the DR, but here you don't have to worry about that because the backup generator will kick on. And so this is, if you're going to be living in a foreign country, you want to have the best accommodations possible, especially if, you want to stay safe and, avoid all the rigmarole. All right, so here I am on a field trip with other Amazon sellers from Atlanta. And, these are the people I hang around, my clients and other people who are doing the Amazon business. So we're like one big community, one big family. Now, first and foremost, the most obvious question I get is this a scam? And, for most people to think that anything related to Amazon is a scam is just outside the box anyway. But all you have to do is really just think back to the good old days of when the internet was starting and a lot of online universities started to pop up. And this, of course, started to put a lot of brick and mortar colleges and universities out of business. And so that left a surplus of books to the tunes of millions of books out there. And so Jeff Bezos, the owner of Amazon, came up with the brilliant idea to have those books shipped in to Amazon and then listed on the Amazon marketplace. So that's why Amazon was known for selling books back in the day, where they didn't even have products. All they had were books. And once those books sold, whoever sent them in, Amazon will cut you a profit, and they would keep a little substantial fee for making the whole transaction happen. And that's how it started. All right, so that's how Amazon got its beginnings. And then, of course, they said, okay, you know what? If we can sell books, we could also sell physical products as well. And that's what they do to this day. They sell pretty much everything. Matter of fact, 60% of all the products sold on Amazon are put there by people like myself and my clients. And, hopefully I can teach you how to do the same. Because right now, you're probably doing the Amazon business in reverse, where all you do is you go to the Amazon.com marketplace and you just buy stuff and it shows up at your door 2 days prime shipping. But you probably just didn't know that you could be buying products from retailers at a lower price and scanning them, seeing if they're profitable. And then if they're profitable, then send those into Amazon and boom, Amazon pays you. So you can do the whole thing in the reverse. So most people are just familiar with just that aspect of shopping. They shop, Amazon packs and boxes it up, puts it on a truck, and it arrives at your door like almost like it's magic, right? But what most people don't realize is that Amazon has global fulfillment centers all over the world. And people like myself, third-party sellers is what we're called, we send those products into the Amazon fulfillment centers. And that's how the process works. All right, so you've seen, now you know a little bit more about me. You know that I'm liquid. I'm a self-made millionaire a few times over. And, I make good money on Amazon, but can I actually teach this? Do I actually have clients who are successful? So that's what I'm going to already do right now is just take you through some of my clients who are crushing it and haven't even been in the game for, probably not even a year, just about. All right, so this is Walter. He's a truck driver, and coincidentally, he delivers a lot of Amazon loads when he's in his truck. So he got started probably about 6 to 8 months ago, and now he's pulling in 2,500 every 2 weeks. That's almost good enough for him to now quit his trucking job and, pretty much just do this full time. And when Walter started, he was one of my biggest skeptics. Matter of fact, he purchased a plane ticket, flew here to the Dominican Republic to sit down and meet with me personally and ask me questions face to face. And I brought him out to my villa and set him right beside me, opened up my computer and just showed him everything step by step. And after that, he was sold. And then while he was here, he also saw me working with clients in real time. So after that, he became a believer, and now he's doing quite well. And this is Mark Metellus. When he subscribed to my mentorship, he told me that he and his wife were selling books on Amazon, and they could only make $1,000 a month, and they couldn't get past that plateau. Well, here we are, about 8-9 months later, and Mark Metellus and his wife have broke the $11,000 per month barrier. And when you make over $10,000 a month on Amazon, you have to get commercial liability insurance, and it's not expensive though. It's under $100. So when you're making over 10K per month, $100 is nothing for liability insurance. All right, and here's another client of mine. This is Vanessa the Boss Pittman, and when she reached out to me, she said, "Listen, Wayne, my husband just had a heart attack. He was the breadwinner, and we have limited savings. I don't know what I'm going to do if this doesn't work." I assured her that if she put in the work, that this would pan out for her. And so this was her testimonial. She said, "Good morning, Wayne. Hope all is well. Thank you so much for your mentorship. My goal was to make 5,000 in sales. As of last night, I hit 6,000. How can I begin to scale even further before the end of the year?" So imagine that, you only want to make $5,000 a month, but the mentorship and the information that I give you is so valuable and so easy to digest that you end up crushing that by a whole $1,000 and making 6. And then she was able to venture off and pursue some of her other passions, like writing her book. So when I was in Las Vegas back in August of last year, I had a client who lives in California. She got in a car and drove 3 hours up to Las Vegas to meet me in person. And here we are at Yard House having dinner in Las Vegas. And this is the power of what I'm bringing to the average person. I want to take people, from where they are and turn them into a boss. And, you're not a real boss yourself until you are able to help other people make money. Like Jay-Z said, Rockefeller was, making millions and everybody was millionaires. But, once he left Rockefeller, he sort of made himself a billionaire. Rihanna and Kanye, all billionaires. Well, Kanye isn't a billionaire anymore because, he done went off on a whole anti-Semitic path, but you know how that is. All right, here, 2 more clients of mine. This is Marsha and Sheldon. And of course, they came out to the DR just to visit me and spent 6 days with me at my villa. And, this is Marsha's screenshot when she was just at $1,200 every 2 weeks. And now Marsha is actually wholesaling and getting ready to private label her own product because she's an esthetician. So if you live or reside in Atlanta and you're looking for a phenomenal esthetician, then let me know. I'll forward you her contact information, and she'll keep you looking young and keep your face flawless. This is another client of mine, Anthony Hampton. And Anthony was in real estate. And then, of course, real estate was up and down. It was kind of down right now. But this is Anthony making over 10K per month. And now he's closing in on $15,000 per month. So, again, you're not really a boss and you're not really legitimate until you're able to teach other people how to duplicate what you're doing. And as you can see, he also gets cash back. So one of the things I set you up with is 4 different cash back extensions. So as you're purchasing products, you'll also be making additional cash back from all the extensions. So here he is making over 10K now on his way to 15K, because this right here is actually, this is 3 months old. So he hit 10K a month 3 months ago. I just haven't updated the screenshot or his balance yet. So, we're doing big things around here. And these are three more clients of mine who purchased plane tickets and flew into the DR just to sit down and train with me right in my living room. So again, no games, no smoke and mirrors. I'm all about, the same military work ethic that I learned in the armed forces. I bring that to my business. And I grew up with a father who was in the Navy. So, I grew up as a military brat. And, in the military, it teaches you how to execute. I do something right the first time, so I never have to do it again a second time. And this is right here is my very first client. This is Elena. I've known Elena for 10 years. We used to play volleyball together. And so she's been now in the game for about 3 years herself. And, of course, she's over 10K like some of my other clients. And this is my second client. During the pandemic, when Atlanta was on lockdown, you couldn't leave the house. The only way you could leave the house is if you were leaving the house for work. So I decided to buck the system and I joined Uber. And I did Uber for about 2 or 3 months while I was in Atlanta and during the lockdown. And that's the only way you can get out the house. And I picked Audrey up from the airport and she was like, my God, your car is nice. It's like, obviously Uber isn't all that you do. So I told her that, yeah, I'm also an Amazon business owner. And she was like, okay, how much you charge and when can I get started? So this is us at my house and me actually just sitting down with during the middle of the pandemic, teaching her the Amazon business. And she herself was married. Her husband was a breadwinner and he gave her $2,500 to start her Amazon business. And he really didn't even believe that it was going to work. And then once she started making her own money, she was able to really change her life for the better. So shout out to Audrey. And this is me in Medellin, Colombia in 2015. And I met these two great guys there. And that was my girlfriend at the time, Keisha. And at Giordano on the left, he's now a client of mine. He's from the UK, lives full-time in the Colombia. And, and this is an old screenshot of his as well. But now he's making over $5,000 a month on Amazon. And he sells Amazon United States and Amazon United Kingdom, where he's from. And this is Luke Jordan on the right. And Luke Jordan is actually the reason why I even came up with this arbitrage business model. So nobody taught me this. I was doing private label at the time. And Luke was asking me, okay, so you're selling a product that you manufacture, but can you sell all those other products on Amazon? And at the time, I didn't know. So I had to come home back to the ATL and spend hours upon hours on research and development because there were no courses at that time. There was no software. You just had to figure it out all manually. So lo and behold, it took me 3.5 years to put this business model together that I'm teaching you now. And it's the fastest and quickest way to financial success and freedom. And of course, there are two more clients of mine who just flew out to the DR just to hang with me and say thank you, Adam and Ronnie. And Ronnie on the right, the P hat on, he actually lives in California. So to fly here from California, you got to fly all the way across the country. That's 5 hours. And then you got to fly from Miami or Atlanta or New York to the Dominican Republic. That's another 3.5 hours. So, when somebody will hop on a plane and fly 9 hours just to kick it with you, you are giving them tremendous life-changing value. So, and that's what I wanted to provide. That's why I didn't decide to come out with a course and have you go watch a bunch of videos. I wanted to mentor people to give them the best chances of being successful as possible. So for me, I kind of only see the world view as just 4 different types of people. So first, there's a person with no job who has plenty of time, but no resources to travel and no money. And then there's the person with the 9 to 5, but they don't have any time because they're always at work. And so they have limited resources to travel because you probably only get vacation time of about 2 weeks out of the entire year. And then, of course, you have money, but you don't have any time or real resources to travel. Next is the self-employed individual. That's the person who has no time because self-employed individuals often dedicate more times to the business than people who work a 9 to 5. So instead of dedicating 8 hours to a job, you might be dedicating 10, 12 hours to your business. And that gives you resources to travel and money, but again, no time. So what we want to do is take you from one of these three positions in life to the fourth position. And the fourth position is being a business owner. That's having a limited liability corporation, aka LLC, and also a reseller's permit, and having good credit so you can fund your business and scale it and grow it, and then have employees or virtual assistants managing your entire business for you. So all you do is call the shots and let each employee know what you want done and how you want it done. And that way, now you're off traveling, living your best life like I'm doing right now. So this is a statistic from Google, and unfortunately, it states the obvious. 90% of all startups fail, whether it be online or brick and mortar. So I wanted to beat those statistics. And so that's why I'm doing this mentorship for you guys, so that I can amplify how many of my clients are successful. And right now, I have about 35% of my clients succeeding with the Amazon business model. All right, so Amazon Fulfillment by Amazon is what this whole program is called. And basically, it simply means that if you ship products into Amazon, they'll store it at their warehouse, and then they'll list it on the Amazon marketplace. And when it sells, they'll pick it, pack it, prep it, and ship it to the customer. And if it's lost, damaged, or stolen, then of course they'll handle all that liability because they're the one who shipped it. And also they'll handle returns and all your customer service for you. So literally, after you ship a product into Amazon, that's it, you're done. All you have to do is wait for that product to sell, and when the payment clears, Amazon will pay you. And of course, Amazon now serves over 51% of the planet. So just digest that in for a second. Right now there's 7.9 billion people on the planet, and Amazon serves over 51% of that. There's no other company doing the same thing. All right. So, these are the largest retailers in the United States: Walmart, Home Depot, Costco, CVS, Target, Lowe's, Walgreens, Kroger, and Best Buy. But what the average person doesn't know is that Amazon is larger than all 9 of those retailers put together. So this is just extra incentive as to why one of the best businesses you can start is with Amazon, because now you're going to have a global distribution business selling your products in 15 different marketplaces all over the world, again, serving 51% of the planet. In order to accomplish this, again, when you become one of my mentees, the first thing we're going to do is, 1, get your credit repaired at no extra cost to you. And then 2, help you form a LLC or limited liability corporation. Get you an EIN number. That's the tax identification number from the IRS. Get you a business license. Get you a reseller's permit. Get you a business address and business phone number that's virtual. And also build you a business website. And then last but not least, register your business with Dun & Bradstreet. Now you can do business with any corporation in the world. And this is why we set you up this way. You're set up for success. And so, with Amazon, you now have the capacity to reach 185 countries. So customers in 185 countries, that's pretty impressive, especially when you consider there are only 195, 96 maybe countries in the world. So that gives you access to 100 fulfillment centers around the world, 15 global centers, sorting centers. And so again, Amazon is a global business, and you're going to be able to reach customers all over the world with the Amazon platform. So now we're going to jump in some real world examples. So this is a Disney toy that you could pick up from Target for $16.99. And of course, you can send it into Amazon and sell it for $52.98, which means you're going to come back with a profit of $22.71, or your return on investment is 133%. And this thing sells 45 times a month, and there's only 3 people selling it. So you can see the first person has 6 in stock, and the next 2 sellers only have 1 in stock, and it sells 45 times per month. So this is a breakdown of how that actually works. So number 1, you buy it for $16.99. 2, you send it into Amazon, and then they'll sell it for $52.98. Amazon takes out their fee of 15%, which equals $13.14. And then Amazon puts in your account $39.84 cash via direct deposit. So the $16.99 that you pay for the product, that's kind of reimbursed right back to you. And then on top of that, you have a profit of $22.85. And that's how you get that cash back of $39.84. So that's just a quick breakdown of how it works. Here's another example. Here's a sewing machine. As you can see, I would buy this for $119. All right, send it into Amazon, sell it for $259. My profit would be $77, and that's a 66% return on investment. And as you can see here, I would buy 5 of them. So after I sold all 5, that would give me a profit of $385. And I would literally do this in 5 minutes a day. Just get on my computer. I would go to Joanne, purchase 5 of them, check out, put in my address for my prep and ship center. My products they don't come to my house. They won't come to your house. They'll go to a prep center. They'll prep it, box it up correctly, send it in Amazon for you, and that's it. All that stuff is done for you automatically. So the only thing you'll need to do is just get on your computer, go to any website retailer like you've done, like eBay, Home Depot, Best Buy, and Walmart, make the purchase, and that's it. And that product is on its way into Amazon. So here's another example. This is a digital electric smoker. I used to buy this from Home Depot for $187.31 and retail it for $500. And so that's a profit of $135. So here's a breakdown. I would buy 8 for $187.31. That would cost me a little under $1,500. And then I would turn around and sell all 8 for $500, and I would gross $4,000. Now, Amazon would take their fee of $14.16, and then I'd be left with $2,583.67. So again, I was reimbursed a little over $1,500 that I paid for all 8 of those electric smokers, and then on top of that, I would profit $1,000. So that's the retail portion of this arbitrage business. That's how I'm going to get you started. That's how I'm going to train you. So I call this phase of training the kiddie pool. And it's just so you can learn the Amazon business, learn the ins and outs, learn how to navigate your Seller Central account, learn how to work your software, how to do research and analysis on all your products so you'll know how much is it selling, how much competition do I have to go up against, and also what's my profit and what's my return on investment. Once you know all those things, you can make an informed buying decision as to whether or not you'll be able to ship in a certain amount and sell that amount that you're shipping in. So after you've learned the business, and some people it takes 30 days, some people it takes 3 months, some people it takes longer. But after you learn just the basic concept of the arbitrage business and you're pretty much running your business on your own, I'm then going to give you a cap and gown and a certificate, and we're going to graduate you to from the kiddie pool to the adult pool, and that's where you'll start to learn the wholesale game. And so when we take you from the kiddie pool to the adult pool, it's going to be a whole step up in business and money and profit. And so here's an example of that. Here's a product that you can purchase from a wholesaler, and it comes directly from the manufacturer. And you can purchase this for $1.16. Send it into Amazon, and you can sell it for $24.99. And as you can see, at the most, it sells almost 1,360 times per month. So that's 1,360 times per month. All right. So, and as you can see, right now, when I scan this, nobody even had this in stock because they was just all sold out. So you can see February right now. Here we are, February 12th. They only sold 54 because nobody else has it in stock. But imagine if you had 1,000 of these in stock, then of course you would make a substantial amount of money. All right, here's another client. Here's another product from one of my clients that I just took a screenshot of, and this is the wholesale product, and so it's a broom and dustpan set. And as you can see, you can purchase this for $4.95, and or you can also purchase this one for $5.26. It's just different variations of it. And you could, of course, you can make $11.48 profit every time you sell one, or that's a 218% return on the investment, and it sells over 1,000 times per month. All right, so I don't know about you, but I grew up playing Uno. So here are 2 Uno card games, and both of them sell over 1,100 times per month, right? One brings in a revenue of $17,000 a month. The other brings in revenue of $44,000 per month. And as you can see right here, that there are 21 people selling this product. You can see the first 10 right here. But if you look down here at total, where it says all sellers, you see that there's 6 FBA sellers and 15 FBM sellers. So everyone in gray right here is an FBM seller. And if you're in green, then you'll show up as an FBA seller. But you can see that this product right here called Uno Showdown, it sells 1,189 times per month. There's 21 sellers. So that means each seller can sell 56 of these, and at a profit of $8.18, you can make $457 a month just by sending in 56 of these Uno games. And so this is how wholesale works, and this is how you'll be able to really step your game up. And once I take the training wheels off, you'll be able to build some real financial freedom, because now you're doing things at a simplified view or through a simplified process, where this is the way retail on the entire planet works. The cheapest price that you can actually get a product is from the manufacturer who makes it. So whether you make it yourself or you get somebody else to make it, that's going to be the cheapest price you can get it. The next cheapest price you'll be able to procure a product for is the wholesale level. And that's the level that I take you to, so you can get access to these products, or sometimes you get lucky and you can get access to these products straight from the manufacturer. So the wholesaler marks it up a little bit just to deal with authorized sellers. So here's yet another product. This is the Disney toy set, little cardboard Disney action figures, and you can mix and match the little dresses on the different figurines. So as you can see right here, there's only 2 people selling this product, and the orange is representation of Amazon selling it themselves, and then this 76 is this FBM seller has 76 in stock. So notice Amazon's price is $22.99, and then the FBM seller's price is $26.89. So they're selling it for like $4, $3.90 more. So their profit over here would be closer to $8 instead of $4.81. So when I scanned this last month in January, you can see they had sold 91, or it was like the first day of January when I scanned this. So they were selling like 100 a day, and you can see they sell about 1,000 per month. So when you just do the math, you can see that they'll be out of stock probably about 2 days. And then if you were on this listing, you could literally have 500 of these in stock. And if you would have 500 in stock, then you would easily make $2,404.30 for the month off of one Disney product. And you can do this with an unlimited amount of product. So, here's my little formula for making sure that I know what I'm doing, my clients know what they're doing, and they can make informed buying decisions. So 1, is it profitable? 2, what's your return on investment? 3, how many FBA sellers? 4, how many merchant sellers? I'll explain what those are a little bit later. 5, how much inventory does my competition has? Got to know that. 6, what's the best seller ranking? Is the product going up in sales or is it going down in sales? Eligibility. Are you allowed to even sell that product? And if you're not, how do you become ungated or eligible to sell it? Number 8, what's the sales per month? This is huge. Does a product sell 10 times a month or does it sell 1,000 times a month? That makes one hell of a difference. And 9, can you sell this internationally? Can you sell it in India? Can you sell it in Mexico, Canada, France, Spain, Germany, Australia, UK? So knowing the answer to those questions and me also teaching you additional trade secrets that I've learned over the past 10 years, then trust me, you're going to be empowered with being able to change your life with this business. All right, so long story short, just to recap, I teach you how to source products from retailers and then how to graduate from retailers and go directly to wholesalers or manufacturers and distributors. So we buy products at a low price. We had those products shipped into Amazon. They go up on the Amazon.com marketplace. Amazon retails them at their price, and then we pocket the difference, and then we repeat that process over and over again. So, when you see that you're selling a product very quickly, you want to order more inventory, and now you got a global distribution business up and running. And again, you could do this with an unlimited amount of products. All right. And there's 15 different marketplaces that you can sell on Amazon. And here they are, and they all have their own estimated traffic coming in every single month. So Amazon is just a huge platform. If you build it, they will come. And what that means is if you just ship in the products, that's it. You don't have to ask anybody to go to your website, buy your products. All you got to do is ship it in, and you do the reverse analysis on it before you even decide to buy it. So you already know whether or not it's going to sell. So, it's just a no-brainer, guys. All right. And before you even purchase something from the retail side of the game, I'm going to show you how to get cash back before you even make the purchase. And that's just going to be extra icing on top of the cake. All right. So this is from a Facebook group I'm in. And this guy was basically saying, one of his friends asked him, what was his Amazon store name? And he gave it to him, not really thinking. And the guy went in and pretty much just ripped off all his products and opened up the same type of store. And so this is not that type of game, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to tell anybody to go to your Amazon store. You don't have to tell them your name. Keep that a secret. Keep it confidential. Keep it to the chest. And, if you build it, they will come. So you ship products into Amazon. Amazon will make sure you have a lifetime supply of customers for free. And if you really want to scale up further, I can show you how to advertise directly inside of Amazon on their sponsored ads platform if you really want to start printing money and you have enough inventory to send in every month. And then at that point, now you're writing your own ticket. So another common question that I get is, Wayne, this is all great. You've made money. You've duplicated a great system. I've seen you've taught other people how to make money. You got 4 or 5 clients making over 10K a month. That's all great, but I heard that Amazon is saturated. So I'm strictly a mathematical individual. I have this motto that I never, ever, ever guess about success. I only calculate it and I measure it. And so when people come to me and say Amazon is saturated, the first thing I let them know is that Amazon pulls in $638 million per day. And then I ask them, what's the population of the United States? Most people don't even know. So then I have to tell them that the population of the United States is approximately 350 million. And then it was like, okay, so what? So then I said, okay, so if Amazon makes $638 million a day, then Amazon could afford to pay every single man, woman, and child, all 350 million, $1,000 per day. That means everybody in the United States, man, woman, and child, would be making $30,000 per month. And Amazon would still rake in $288 million. This is how large this opportunity is. It's probably the most lucrative opportunity in all of human history with the amount of computing power that we have and technology, and you'll be able to manage this whole business from your phone. So think about that. So you probably heard, oh, Amazon is saturated. You can't do that anymore. You should have been on that 10 years ago. Those people don't know what they're talking about. I'm showing you in plain English and math that there's so much opportunity here that if you don't jump on this, you're going to kick yourself in a few years, realizing that Amazon could have made you a multimillionaire had you jumped in at the right opportunity. And so, same thing with Google, Tesla, Netflix, AOL, Facebook, Microsoft, Bitcoin, Blockbusters, NFTs, all of these different corporations could have made you wealthy if you jumped in at the right time instead of just listening to other people or not paying attention at all. So if you haven't realized it or not, this is just the new medium. This is digital real estate. Everybody talks about real estate investing and flipping houses, or how the most amount of millionaires that ever made has been done so through real estate. Well, that game is quickly changing. The real estate market is quickly changing. Housing prices have gone up through the roof. Inflation, gas, everything is on the way up. So it's just not the game it used to be anymore. And so this is the new medium, it's digital real estate. And the second thing that's occurring, that's amplifying the Amazon business model, is that retail is dying. So these are all major corporations, and look at how many stores they're closing. I mean, JCPenney, 138 stores, GameStop, 180, Abercrombie and Fitch, 60 stores, Macy's, 65 stores, Sears. And so with retail dying, you got to be ahead of the curve. If retail is dying, that means online is thriving and growing and making people a lot of money, like myself and my clients. All right, so this right here is a company called Automation Alliance. And I want to show you this because I want to show you a company that's similar to what I do, but they just don't mentor you. So they'll set everything up for you, but they just don't mentor you. And they're going to charge you $18,000 for their service. And then they want to take 50% of your profits every 2 weeks when Amazon pays you out. And so, I just wanted to make you aware of that. And this is another company. This one's called Amazon Automation. They want you to have $50,000 just to purchase products and seed your store. And they also want you to have $15,000 for an aged Amazon account. All right. And this right here is a team of virtual assistants who will manage and operate your Amazon account and find you products to sell, but they want 50% of your profits forever, into perpetuity. So as you can see, this seller is making $40,000 a month, but they're paying this team of virtual assistant 50% of those profits. So they're really only making like $19,000 per month. So that's a huge difference. And now, if you're the type of person who likes to cut corners or cheat or find the easy way to do everything, then, I'm just going to give you, a one up and look, go over to udemy.com and snatch up one of these courses. But what you're going to quickly find and be disappointed about is that these are just outlines. They're fillers. This is rehashed information that these sellers have copied from one another. And, they just sell it for cheap. But, if you're going to pay $119 for something, that's the value you're going to get. You're going to get $120 worth of value. It's almost like, if you go out and you buy a lemon, yeah, you can get from A to B, but that it's just a matter of time before that car breaks down. But if you go buy a brand new $100,000 Mercedes, then one, the warranty has you protected, and two, you're not going to worry about having that car break down on you anytime soon. It's going to give you 10 years of enjoyment and work. And so this is what I charge: a one-time investment of $2,500. And I give you ongoing consultations into perpetuity. And I also take an equity stake in your Amazon business of only 15% instead of 50%. So you'll still make 85% of all your profits. And every 2 weeks when you get paid out, and you start making over $100, then you just give me a kickback of that 15%. Now, if you're a bona fide entrepreneur and you're adding everything up in your head, and you say, well, Wayne, I love the $2,500 offer. I see you made it that way so it can be affordable for the average person, but I want all my money. No problem. I have an equity buyout for clients who want all their money. They want to keep 100% of their profits, and the equity buyout is $7,500. So those are your choices. Plan A, $2,500. Plan B, $7,500. Now, again, I'm included with both of those costs is credit repair and helping you set up your LLC. So, usually when you buy a course online or something like that, they don't really set you up properly. They was like, okay, listen, just give me your money, pay for the course, and good luck. Now, that's not how I operate. I'm setting you up, one, with credit repair, two, a fully formed LLC. So, even after you get your LLC fully formed and you got the EIN number and the business license, every single week you can go and have artificial intelligence write you a grant and submit a grant to an organization like the SBA every single week. And so after a whole year of doing this, 52 weeks in a year, if you only get 2 grants, that'll be money that you can seed your business with that you never ever have to repay. And a lot of times, if you use a grant correctly, you can go back in and get even more money the second time because they just want to see if you're going to use it correctly the first time. So this is the advantage of having your business and your entity fully set up. So also, it's very difficult to lose money with this business because now that you have a fully formed limited liability corporation, let's say, Wayne, if I order, 500 products, but I only sell 300 and I get stuck with 200 products, don't I lose money on those 200 products? Absolutely not. You get to write those products off as a business loss on your taxes. And it gets even better. Let's say, okay, if you purchase 500 products, let's say you paid $25,000 for all 500 of those products. You get to write off that full $25,000 as the cost of your inventory. So think about what I'm teaching you here and what I'm setting you up for. This is how you do business on a massive scale, so that one, you get the IRS is going to reimburse you and allow you to write off all the money that you paid to purchase your products. That's your inventory. And then for any products that don't sell, you get to write that off as profits and loss. It's like, a retail store, they have to account for theft and they get to write that off, or they get to take out insurance against that theft. So they don't really care. I mean, yeah, they care that you're stealing, but it's not that big of a deal with them because they're not losing anything. They're still getting paid whether that product gets sold or stolen. So it's amazing how there's so many loopholes for the wealthy, but people just don't realize is that because the wealthy have businesses, and that's why they get those loopholes, and that's how they start to earn more and more money. And so that's how I'm going to help you learn all those secrets. And I'm also going to teach you about infinite banking to help you along the way with the process. So here are your monthly expenses. You got a one-time fee of $49, and that's for your prep and ship company. And then we're going to set you up with 5 softwares. All right. So, and then we're going to set you up with an Amazon Seller Central account. So I'm going to walk you through the application process and how to get that done right the first time. Because if you don't get that done, then you're out of business before your business even begins. And so all your costs monthly to operate a global distribution business with Amazon is only $377. Please tell me where you could operate a global business for less than $400. I would love to know so I can go set that business up in addition to what I'm doing on Amazon. And that's it. So as you can see, this isn't hard or challenging. The way I formulate it is I've set this up for you to succeed. And this is my gift. Most people have an addiction to alcohol, sweets, or maybe some type of drug. Me, my addiction is learning, and I was born that way. I just had this thing in my brain to where no matter how much information I consume, it just feels like I just can't learn enough. So I spend an hour every single day learning something new. So I'm just a nerd and the geek that figured it out, and now I'm helping 100 people try to get to the same place where I am. And as you can see, I'm more than succeeding and crushing it. So now we're gonna open things up for a couple of questions, and then we're gonna go watch the Super Bowl.
I'm looking for some questions now, man. I don't really.
That means I know.
Do you see a question in there? I don't see one. You see
Nah,
one?
not. Uh,
They told me to sign up to the program, but
nah, I don't see any questions. Okay, that means I nailed it. You know,
yeah.
when you don't have any questions, you answered all the questions in the presentation,
Okay.
and that's what you literally want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as always, guys, I'm only one man, and I'm gonna be joining PhillyDom in the next 4 months, in the next 4 weeks in Brazil. So when I transition to Brazil, I'll be shutting down my mentorship because Brazil is a lot bigger than the DR. There's a lot more to do, and then just transitioning and moving to another country is burdensome in itself. So I usually have take on 8 clients per month, but for this last month in February, I'm only going to do 4 clients. So there's only 4 spots available. So if you want one of these spots, you want to jump on the Amazon household bandwagon, then feel free to hit me up or PhillyDom up and get started as soon as possible, because I'm only going to do 4 clients this month. And then after that, I'm closing the mentorship down and I'm going back on vacation. Appreciate you, Philly.
You see the question? Somebody left a question. One
Uh,
question at the end.
nah,
Southern
where is it?
Creole flavors.
Okay, so to get started is 400. Oh, well, I do have a payment plan. So I have 2 payment plans for both plans. If you want to do the payment plan for 2,500, that's plan A, then no problem. It'll be $499 a month for the next 6 months. Or if you want to do a payment plan for plan B, then that's going to be like a payment of $1,300 for the next 6 months. And
So
of
you
course,
don't like
this interest accrued on top of that.
you don't like helping your boyfriend. That's what you're saying.
All right, so I think that's all for the questions, and I hope you guys enjoyed this presentation. I'm Master Wayne, signing off.